How you all doing? It's Dean. How are you doing? Uh, Saturday afternoon here in Vancouver Island. Um, I just watched Rick Beato's video. Maybe it's why Gen Z doesn't care about, and let's see. I gotta get somewhere here where I won't move around and shake the camera all the time here. So, so I'm looking for your contributions there. Why is that? Why are Gen Z not into? Sorry, I'm just trying to see where the messages are going here. Okay, whoever's watching, type in the box there. No one's on yet. That's okay. This is a spontaneous thing. So I'll just start chatting here. Um, so I grew up, music was really important to me. I started really getting into music when I was 4 years old, actually. I spent many long hours listening to music. And when I took up an instrument when I was 9 or 8 years old, piano and then guitar, and really wanted to form a band. And yeah, it's just there was no distractions like there are nowadays. There's video games that really distract, an amazing distraction now from music. So I have children, and one of them is exceptionally talented in music, but really hasn't been motivated to go for it. And yeah, maybe I'll do this live stream on my laptop. It might be a bit slow on the. Can you check my channel and see how the live stream is looking? Put in your headphones and left a like. Right. So the topic is why are Gen X or no Gen Z not into music? I'd like your thoughts. Why? What does that mean for the future of music too? Just curious what you guys think. How you all doing? It's Dean. How are you doing? Oh, it's really delayed, eh? You have to put it on headphones, or I'm going to get really confused. If you don't mind. So okay, so I can't see any comments. I'm trying to get comments going here. Oh, I saw the one. How are you, host? Happy Lux. Hi, Happy Lux. How are you? So Happy Lux. Yeah. Hi, Onari. How are you? Yeah, this live stream is basically just the question why Generation Z or Z doesn't get into music. What's the deal? They're not forming bands? Are they making bands now, or are they just learning an instrument and just keeping it to themselves? What's the future of music hold for my kids' generation, for example? I've got children between the ages of 13 and 18, 19 or whatever. And I was into music when I was 5, super into music. And then when I was 8, I got an instrument. When I was 9, I started off with piano, went into guitar, and then I wanted to form a band. And I had a band. If you went to any music store, there were always a lot of messages on the bulletin boards. Bassist looking for a band, drummer available, trying to form a band. And it was great. It was exciting. Now, is that still happening today? What are your experiences with the young kids? For me, my kids are totally into video games, and that really is the main thing they do. And it's been that way for years. And they do watch YouTube, but that's kind of like as a break. It's like taking a break from video games means you watch a movie or you watch YouTube. And it's a distraction to watch a movie or watch YouTube. I've got a record player. I got it a year and a half ago. My kids haven't been clamoring to come in there and play records. When I was 4 years old, I was playing records nonstop in my family's living room. So, what's your experience? This channel, prog focus and lots, hard rock and prog and all that. Um, I don't get a ton of younger viewers. Mostly, it's my own generation or the 20 years younger or whatever. That's sort of the range. I'd say like uh, 25 years younger and 10 years older. That's the wide range. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Yeah. So I'm not getting any feedback, you guys. Maybe this isn't the format to do this. You're Gen Z, Justin. Justin? Oh, good here. Yeah. I'm not a boomer. I'm whatever's after that. I think it's millennium or something. Millennial? But I'm not a boomer. My older brother's a boomer generation. So I'm really inspired when I find young bands like The Warning out of Mexico. But it'd be interesting to look at all of the bands. Maybe this is what I'll do. I'm gonna go find out about all the bands that I like that are current, that they're still making music. From any age, right? Like from The Warning to Alex Lifeson of Rush. He's just got a brand new band. They just put out a brand new album. Um, I think I'm going to compile a list, figure out how old all these people are, their ages roughly. And Black Midi, you're mentioning some bands. Good. I'm just getting your message and then it disappears, so I can't go back and check out what it's saying. That's the one downfall of using my phone. So your messages come there and then they disappear after a few seconds. So sorry if I don't respond to it right away. Yeah, I think it's worth making a video, like researching it and making a video for my channel, examining all the different bands that I'll take myself as a case example. Like I've been reacting to tons of music. I've reacted to almost 600 songs in the last 2 years, almost 600 songs. So I'll take a sampling and see, what are the age of all these people who are making music that I like. And I know the Warning, these girls are like, I don't know, 20 years old. That was how old the Beatles were, I think, when they were making just getting together. They were in their lower 20s, right? So I think that's the way it should be. You should start really young. That's the best time, really. It is when the younger, the better. Um, um, and then there's lots of other bands that are like 50s, 60s, 70s. They're still going strong. Um, Anyways, so how are y'all doing? How are things across the globe? I'm in Victoria, BC, Canada, and it's sunny out, and it's nice and mild. Bit nippy, but it's pretty mild. One of the most legendary metal albums actually was made by a 17-year-old. Okay. Thanks. So, Entombed, Left Hand Path, very groundbreaking and important. Yeah, you know what? If I put this video together, I'll have to credit Rick Beato, of course, because his video, he kind of got his finger on the pulse there. It's something that's really been on my mind, and he's gotten a video out now today that really. It's 5 a.m. in Japan, kind of sleepy. Hi in Japan. What's the weather like in Japan right now? Is it your springtime or summer there? Yeah. So Rick Beato has his finger on the pulse there. He's talking about why Gen Z doesn't seem to care about music. It's video games. It didn't exist obviously when I was growing up, other than when you went to an arcade and put a quarter in it in your video game. Home video games were very, very rudimental, like in Television and Activision, and they were fun. I mean, we'd play them. My friends had it, and we'd spend some time playing. But they were so limited in a way that there was no way you could spend 8 hours playing one of those games. Now the games are completely immersive, and not only that, you can have all your friends on your headphones, and you're all connected. You know, you're all there, and that's really great for the kids. And but it has an impact on the share of the interest of music. I mean, if you look at a pie chart, you know, in my day, music took a huge chunk, maybe half of it. And nowadays, music, as the kids want to check it out, it's such a small slice. Like I said, I have a records. Yeah, nice shirt. Yeah, Tool. And my kids, they don't clamor to get into the music room and listen to my records. There's one record I got for one of my sons that's based on Rick and Morty. And so we've sat down and listened to that. He liked listening to a couple records here and there. I share your concern on this topic. I think Zoomers will be fine. Pretty clear we are heading into hard times, and Gen Z will grow up as a result. Maybe even go beyond us folks. Oh, okay. Now I know how to go back in messages here. Go back to sleep 5 a.m. Justin says to Onari in Japan. And then you named Justin, you contributed quite a bit here. Some of these bands and things. I appreciate that. So I mean, I'm not worried about the kids. I know that maybe they're just going to discover music later in life than we did in our generation. When our generation, it was always when we were teenagers. Maybe now, when they're in their 30s, and maybe video games will become a little passe. I don't know. Is there a certain age where video games aren't going to consume your life all the time? I don't know. Is there a cutoff? To me, it feels like, once you start having children and you have your own family, and the dads who are growing up now are going to want to play video games with their kids probably, but I think they're going to be a bit wary. You know, they're going to be a different generation. They're going to have different feelings about their kids playing. I mean, maybe they had they say the school of hard knocks. You go through some experiences. Kids may be having experiences in video games that we don't even realize that are going on. There's all kinds of issues that we as parents can't really, you can't be there all the time. You can't always know what's happening every minute of the time. You can't be a helicopter parent. It's not a healthy way. So the kids are gonna, they're gonna raise their kids differently than we are raising our kids right now. That's for sure. So, anyways, yeah, 10 or 9 people watching. That's cool. Yeah, I won't drag this on too long. It's kind of inspired me to make a little bit of a research video, and if you guys want to help, leave comments on the video. I'll leave this posted for a few days, and leave comments below. Make your contribution, what you think about Generation Z, how video games are impacting their lives and making music take much more of a backseat. When I say music, I mean like focused listening, like listening to music and picking up an instrument, getting a band together, anyways, my wife's starting to make a lot of noise in the dishwasher. I think it's a sign from above to end this stream for now. But if anyone has any questions, we'll just ask me some questions right now. Anything, any topic. Anyone got any questions for me? Greetings to the wife. Justin says hello, honey. She's kind of camera shy, though. She's definitely not. I'm trying to. Have you done a video with me before? You ever going to do a React video with me? She speaks Spanish as her second language quite fluently, so I have suggested that she react to a Spanish progressive rock band or something. But we'll see. We'll see. Got some good comments coming in here. Justin, you're Hispanic first. Right on. Comrade Chip, as a Gen Z who's an intermediate musician, I think most Zoomers do like music, but not for the music itself. It's more about the personality of the artist, the memes, the trend. Yeah, that's interesting. Um, if you guys haven't seen that video by Rick Beato, do check it out. He's an interesting guy. He's got his finger on the pulse a lot of times. So Argentina, Prague, yeah, yeah, she would do that. That's where she spent some time in Argentina. Mars Volta, they do some Spanish, of course. Yeah, yeah. What's the last full LP you listened to? Yeah, let's put that question out to everyone, and I will answer as well. The last full LP you listened to? For me, it was Genesis and Invisible Touch because I was doing a review of that album. And this is why I love doing album reviews, is because it's forcing me to focus on one album at a time, to listen to it repeated times, make notes about each song, and then do a review. Because music, it needs context, and I don't like singles. I like albums, and I love how albums are, like different trees on a tree, on a leaf, no, different leaves on one tree. An album is like one tree. This different song is like all the leaves that grow on it. And I don't like the idea of singles. um, Singles are a good introduction to a band. I think that's cool. It's people hear a single and then they want to find out more about the band. That's a funnel effect. That's a good thing. But yeah, for me, Genesis, and then I'm also listening to an Alan Holdsworth solo album, Alan Holdsworth, and I want to review another Genesis album, Duke, which I bought a while ago, and I'm very unfamiliar with that album. I'm trying to complete myself here because there's a lot of Genesis that I don't have and didn't get familiar with, and whereas the basics from the '70s I got totally into, of course, like Trick of the Tail, um, Selling England by the Pound. Um, Gosh, maybe it was only those two. Maybe there's no, Wind and Weathering. That was the third one. Those three were the core Genesis albums for me. So how about you guys? Leave some remarks. Let's comment. What full album have any of you listened to, if any at all? And if you haven't, how long has it been? I actually think getting into Latin American music would be a great journey altogether, Dean. Oh yeah, I'm into that. It's a very popular journey. It'll get you a lot of fans plus great view of culture. Actually, I mean, I've got my duo. I play the piano player, and we were focusing on Latin jazz and actually making Latin jazz originals. So not even copies or covers. Um, that's just an interest I have actually of Latin music. I've really been into Yes again lately. Personally, cool. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of getting that brand new album they just got. I know it's not going to be stellar because they're not in their prime anymore, and you can't expect you can't have such a high bar. You're not going to get close to the edge today. But I do want to check out the last Yes album. It sounds like it's actually pretty good. You know. If you're going to buy Epica album, oh good, you got some suggestions there. Yeah, I love Epica. I've only reacted to one song, but I've already kind of been smitten by the band. Um, oh, the era of asking side one or side two. Remember those days? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It used to be. I mean, I used to buy albums and I'd carry them over to my buddy's place, and vice versa. We'd swap albums. I'd go home and then forget my album, and shoot, I left my album at their place. No streaming, and nowadays you can't just go stream it. That was it. That was your piece of music right there. Brazilian music, yes, great. Comradeship 20 myself. Okay, comradeship. Hi, you're 20. Right on. So, what of music do you like the most? Comradeship. Oh, you did mention Kevin. Actually, that still happens, albeit more ironically, in communities of modern rock bands like Ghost. So you're mentioning Ghost there. So you must be a Ghost fan. Yeah. The community is important. Oh, is there any extreme metal coming up for actions? I've probably not so much, but definitely I keep dipping into the black metal here and there, and I'm not as much into the thrash metal. But I do keep trying. I actually got a hard rock. No, it's a metal one. I got a metal react coming up. It's not a prog band. They're just straight metal. I just wanted to check them out. Um, Lorna Shore would be fun to see a reaction to. Okay, tell me about Lorna Shore. Who's that? And Comrade Chip. I'm a fan of bands like Tool, A Perfect Circle, Ghost, Muse, and Kansas. Okay, so most of those are pretty recent bands, relatively speaking. Kansas is definitely one of the older bands that you're listening to there. You know how some music kids discover is through memes. For example, in Japan, you know that they love a lot of prog rock in Japan and prog metal. And if you watch anime, a lot of them have original prog metal, more or less, themes and speed, pop. I don't know, power metal and stuff, whatever you call it. And my kids heard some of the music that I grew up on, especially like Roundabout by Yes. The kids heard that through the memes, and they heard some other songs that I grew up with through memes. So when I was playing up my guitar, they said, "Oh, that's from the this and that meme." So the memes are actually a good way of um, educating kids about the new music that's or old music that is. I've really been into samba and serialism lately. I don't know what serialism. Also, jazz fusion, avant-garde, or atonal classical compositions are really speaking to me right now. They're very interesting, cool. Yeah, Roundabout was just it was a big meme, but it really is such an amazing song. Oh, you know the other thing too is I started a guitar lesson 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years ago probably, for Roundabout, and it was my most successful video when I was starting my channel out. People, well, mostly young kids, really, were coming to the channel to learn how to play Roundabout by Steve Howe. And yes, so um, that's a good thing. Memes can be a good vehicle to to an open doorway to that era of music. And I think it's pretty interesting that prog rock has really been going so strong. And it's there's so many new prog bands that are still releasing new music. It's pretty amazing that prog as a genre is still alive and well. That's really encouraging. Uh, so all right. So, like I said, I don't want to drag this on too long. I appreciate you're all visiting here and from around the globe. And I say hello to you, greetings to you, and peace, 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 peace. Ask me any questions before we wrap up here. Prague, and Prague is very alive. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. So, any requests too? Absolutely. Leave your requests. I've been doing a lot of requests. I always do my requests that I get from my Patreon supporters, always. And then, but lately, not only have I been doing their requests, I've been just really, really responsive to just who's been responding on videos in general, because I found a lot of interesting requests, especially when it comes into the Japanese going on. So, Comrade Chip, I recommend reacting to Siron by Ghost. Okay, quite a bit of proggy stuff. Gorguts, you should react to. Gorguts. All right, I'll check them out. I studies. Hi, I studies. Where are you? Where are you coming from? Yeah, I'm doing this on my phone. This is very spontaneous. I've been awake for 24 hours and overnight. So I'm trying to keep myself awake so I can go out for a hike and sort of get my schedule normalized because I do a lot of midnight shifts. Yeah, midnight shifts. So we got some Epica suggestions there. So, did you notice that Ginger, the band that's from Ukraine, they canceled their tour of South America, like Brazil and all that. They had a huge tour, it looks like, planned, and they canceled it. And I haven't heard anything about the band. I was hoping that none of the members were trapped in Ukraine because they were forcing men to stay and fight. I don't know about that. I'm not sure of the wisdom of that. To let all the women leave Ukraine and all the men were forced to stay. Is that really a wise decision? But I was worried about that band. But I guess it sounds like that they're not in trouble, but for obvious reasons, they're probably all dislocated from their homes and families, and they decided to postpone that tour. That's Ginger. Yeah, let's hope they're safe. Yeah. So maybe they are reserved, hopefully. All right. My prayers are with them all. Yes. Yes. No, the world really needs as much uplifting thought as possible. And yeah, don't get trapped in the death scrolls on the Twitter feed and things like that. Just all right. So if you could, wow, if you could leave a thumbs up if you haven't already, and certainly subscribe if you haven't already, and leave comments in this video. You can come back to this video too. I'll leave it up for a few days. If you have some comments about Gen Z, and maybe I'll make a video focusing a little on that, do a little research, do a little research. Are there any young progressive rock bands? That's a good question. When I say that, I just thought of the Taiwan band Elephant Gym, and there's some others. They call themselves math rock, which is just a thin disguise for progressive rock, to be honest. Math rock. And Polyphia. There's another band of youngsters doing. Maybe they don't want to use that term. Maybe they want to be clear of their parents' music. That's always been an issue for younger generations. They try to distinguish themselves from their parents' generation. So maybe they don't want to call themselves progressive, so they go for the they call it technical music, technical metal, and math rock. But it's all just progressive rock, basically. What do you think? Do you agree with that? Check out Elephant Gym, for example, and Asterism from Japan. What other bands? They're math bands. Can't think of them off the top of my head, but I've reacted to a few of them, and I mentioned Polyphia, of course. Again, a very it's like young person's King Crimson in a way. And then again, there's always those young kids who have no issues. They don't feel like they have to, you know, separate themselves from their parent generation. They appreciate it all. I mean, my son, who's really musically talented, he says, why did all the good music come out in the old days? He totally recognizes that all the great song he hears, he knows they're older, and he does. There's no equivalence today. There's no that I can see. There's no equivalence going on. All of these America's Got Talent type singers, it's not really. I mean, that's kind of pop. That's like Bing Crosby, in the old days, or Dean Martin. All these crooners. It's like a modern day crooning going on, except it's all younger women who are singing, and yeah, I'm not excited about any of it, to be honest. Mars Volta, yeah, that's right. They are definitely a new generation of proggers, yeah. So I'm gonna sign off, you guys. Have a great Saturday. And Omar says, check out The Gathering, trip hop atmospheric prog rock. They are releasing a new album after almost 10 years hiatus. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back and check these comments. So thanks for joining me, and have a great Saturday wherever you are in the world, and keep positive, keep looking up. We'll talk to you later. Okay, see ya.